going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. Today, the 20 best epic champions for the arena. Not just nukers, we're talking about debuffers, we're talking about crowd control, revivers, speed boosters. We've got them all covered today. And there's going to be a lot of snubs because it turns out there's about 50, 60, 70 viable epic champions.
What?
Let me know who I don't mention, who's your favorite champion to use inside the arena. I'm going to talk about, first-hand experience. Every single one of these 20 champions I have tried and played extensively inside the arena, so at least it comes from a place of experience. Let's start with Archmage Helmet, man. What else do I have to say about this dude? The first thing you want to look at for any champion that you're going to use in the arena, even if it's a low speed, you want to make note of their speed. That way you can speed to them to go, attune them to go in the proper order on your team. Archmage Helmet, he's got that covered. 108 base speed, easy to scale that up and make Archmage Helmet very, very fast. You can lead off with the A1, increased speed, increased crit rate, increased crit damage, all on a 3-turn cooldown. Not that it really matters, we don't care as much about cooldown, especially on go first teams, but still, this dude, incredible. Or you can lead off with his A2 or come back around to his A2. That's going to place a stun, 75% chance, and some damage on the enemy team. This dude's a monster, and he's immune to turn meter decreasing effects as well. So you don't have to worry about, whoever, Lysandra on the other team. He's going to be immune to turn meter decreasing, or like a Valkyrie, for example. So I love Archmage Helmet. Great champion to start off on. Next one is going to be Deke. Dude, I wanted this guy. I don't know if any of you guys have been watching this long. This is like, what's going on? Sacred Order, open up. Open up, Sacred Order. What is, come on. Technical difficulties, be right back. All right, we're back. It's Deacon Armstrong. Man, the Deke, he's one of the better champions out there in the game. One of the better epic champions, at least. He has this time compression, right? His A3. Turn meter all over the place. Can't use it against Archmage Helmet, though, as we just covered, right? An extra turn. So you start the match with this ability, increase turn meter, decrease turn meter, and then bada bang, bada boom, extra turn, decrease defense on the enemy team. This guy can bring a lot to the table, man. Deacon Armstrong, one of my favorite debuffers, including legendary specifically for the arena. Next up is going to be kind of old school. I think he was entered into the game. When was Miscreated? Halloween of 2019, I want to say. He was just as I was starting playing the game. Miscreated Monster and another champion we'll talk about in just a moment were added to the game along with Harvest Jack for that Halloween. Anyway, Miscreated Monster, man, he's still one of the better guys out there. And, he shines in so many areas. It's tough to call him an arena specialist. He's certainly not. He's just good everywhere. I think we kind of forget about some of these old school champions who are really still incredible. That's the case with Miscreated Monster, certainly. He has a stun chance, and then just an incredible shield that he brings to the table. He also has Ally Protect, and then he's placing fear, kind of CCing anytime anybody under Ally Protect is attacked. He was kind of towards the bottom of my list because, again, he's a jack of all trades, but I do think he deserves to be on the list because this can do a lot of damage, give a great shield, and CC the enemy team all in one ability on Miscreated Monster. Next up is going to be, well, this is probably tippity top of the list. Does anybody say tippity top anymore? I don't think anybody says tippity top, but it's Vogoth. Vogoth, man! Dude, this chubby fella, no body shaming, I'm just saying,
Offense taken!
Vogoth is a monster. Whenever this champion is attached, heals all allies by 50% of the damage received. I mean, what else do you need to know? He also has a provoke, not bad to have as well. But this is unbelievable. In case you missed my video on Vogoth in a curing set, just go check it out to see him in the arena. We use him in the arena extensively in that video. Just go check that video out after this one because it's insane. One of the best go second champions in the game, or one of the best, if you're not sure if you're gonna go second champions inside the game. I love Vogoth. All right, next up is going to be she's been growing on me a little bit, and it's none other than Ryan the Conjurer. People compare her to Madameceres, right? Because she has this ability, Sweeping Dismissal, her A2. We're removing 100% chance all buffs from all enemies, just like Madameceres' Midnight Ritual, her A3, which we'll talk about in just a moment. Instead of placing decreased attack and decreased defense, she's placing weaken Now, hers is on a 3-turn cooldown compared to a 4-turn on Madameceres. However, you know, Weaken is still a very, very powerful debuff to have. You know, you don't have the decrease attack. You know what? Why am I even comparing these two champions? They're both great. And Ryan the Conjurer, she can revive as well. So she's bringing a different skill set to the table, even though one of her abilities is kind of the same as Ceres. Either way, she's Force Affinity, which is really helpful as well. She's great on Hydra Clan boss and other areas of the game as well. I'm a big, big fan, especially if you don't have Madameceres. Coming in with this opening move in the arena is absolutely tremendous. Next up is going to be, we talked about the Deke. Who's the other epic champion who is my old school favorite debuffer in the game? Talking about another expansion champion that was added quite a while ago. It's Stag Knight. The cool thing about Stag Knight, what was Deke's speed? 100, I think, even? Well, or 101, I don't know. Either way, Stag Knight's 107, man. He's very fast, got a lot of HP, got some defense too. He brings decreased defense and decreased attack to the table on his A1, decreased speed, nice to have, and then increased accuracy on an ally for 1 turn every time that ally has a debuff resisted by an enemy as a passive skill. But really, I mean, Huntmaster, just what a great ability. Decrease attack, decrease defense, deal some damage, very fast, easy to keep alive. I love myself some Stag Knight still. But you guys know my favorite debuffer inside the entire game. If you've seen any of my content before, guys, say it with me. Your girl and my girl, Hugo, baby, I love you. I love you, sweetie. I love you.
Whoa, 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 hey, 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 hey.
That was a little creepy, little weird, Ash getting weird. Gonna lose subscribers, keep acting weird. AoE decreased defense and block buffs. What more do you want, man? Block buffs is so powerful. One of my favorite debuffs in the game. And then decreased defense. And then a little mini cleanse and some heal and some revivals and some leeches and everything else. She's amazing. Hugo is incredible. Next up is going to be, let's talk about the Fat Man. Speaking of Fat Man, again, I'm too much fat stuff, but his name is the Fat, you know, blame player him, not me. He's a great ally attack. He's the best option for a blender comp, basically, you know, going first. Ally attack, a bunch of AoEs on the A1s, put them with Skull Crown, Sinesha, champions like that, Soulbound Bowyer, one of my faves, and you can just nuke down the enemy team just off of one, you know, blender comp on the back of a great ally attack champion like Farrakhan the Fat. You got increased crit damage and crit rate for 3 turns, and then you attack everybody. Very, very, very good option for a blender team. If you guys are looking to have some fun, maybe you don't have Lanicus, Longbeard, Creela, you know, the legendary, but even he can stand his own. That's the cool thing about him. He can bring increased crit damage, increased crit rate. You can even build a team with 70% crit rate if they're only going to be used in the arena on this blender comp. So you gives him some flexibility, gives you some extra damage. Farrakhan the Fat Man, one of the best champions out there for blenders right now. All right, next up is going to be, well, this guy. We need to do an updated guide on this guy because he's so good. Basher. Basher's like mini warlord. Mini, I stress mini, but still very effective, very good. Attacks all enemies, increase the cooldown of the target skills by 2 turns. All the target skills increase cooldown by 2 turns. What's more is, he brings block buffs too on his A3 abilities, 4 times at random, but still nice to have. And what's more than all that, he actually deals a lot of damage. Packs a heavy punch. I mean, he should. His name is Basher after all, right, Basher?
Don't do weird shit.
He's a cool champion. I like him. Some people forget about this dude, but he's very, very, very good. I'm a big fan of Basher. I need to play him more. Next up is Jinbo. Dude, Jinbo is my favorite attack-based nuker of all the epics in the game. Yeah, because I think my favorite will be in the next 10 champions. But he's my favorite attack-based. Dude, so good. So good. Plays increased crit rate, increased crit damage, grants an extra turn. Again, we talked about this on Deke. I said this 100 times on the channel. I'll say it 101 times. A champion like this is... anytime you see a champion, that has grants an extra turn in their kit, it should be kind of a light bulb should go off and say, wait a second. They're probably going to be really good because they can essentially take 2 turns, use 2 great abilities, hopefully, in 1 turn, right? So then you can nuke everybody and kill them. The cool thing, though, is he's immune to decreased attack and will ignore unkillable buffs when attacking under increased attack buffs, which is fantastic. Basically, as long as you have an Arbiter or somebody going with increased attack before him, you can deal with the stupid Swift Parry artifact champions out there. You can deal with the unkillable champions, Leo, you can deal with Skull Crown. So I love Jinbo for that reason. You know what, guys? Let's talk about that other champion who I was alluding to earlier, my favorite, aka my favorite nuker in the game. And you guys know, because I mentioned a few times before, if you're longtime viewers, Magnar. He's an HP-based nuker, and this percussive pound, man, is very percussive. It's very percussive. You guys, if you have Magnar, you know what I'm talking about, right? I'm imagining, if you have Magnar and you don't use Magnar, who the heck are you using instead of Magnar? He's so good, man. Hits 2 times. Just amazing. Just amazing. Really hard-hitting ability. HP-based champion. Easy to keep this dude alive. Pretty fast for a nuker. 100 base speed. A lot of HP, which he should. Again, he's an HP-based champion. I love me some Magnar. Next up, we're going to go ahead and kick it old school here. Kick it old school with Seeker. I mean, we got to go Seeker, right? I mean, again, grants an extra turn. One of the best, no, the best speed boosters out of all the epics in the game here. Fills the turn meter of all allies by 30%, then grants an extra turn. You can provoke the most annoying enemy on the other team. Sometimes the nuker, you can just neutralize the team by trying to land that provoke off the A1 after you grant an extra turn, after you boost everybody's speed, or turn meter, excuse me, by 30%. Just a very good champion. Also great on go second teams because heals his champ by 20%, plays increased defense on all allies when hit with a critical hit on his passive. Very good ability, and you can run him as a lead. Defense in arena battles by 30%. I'm going to give my man a nod, Gorgorab. I have him on the list. He's been power crept a little bit, but he has that great speed aura in arena battles by 23%. A lot of people still rely on him to be their speed lead if they don't have that Arbiter, they don't have Lysandra or Skull Crown. Or even if they do sometimes, he's very, very good. Has an AoE revival, not a super powerful one, but an effective one. And then he can bring increased attack and boost turn meter on his A2. So Gorgorab, he's old school, but he's still good, man. He's still very good. Let's talk about her, guys. We've waited long enough. It is probably the most used epic inside Platinum or Gold 5 or whatever the heck they're calling it nowadays. Madameceres. I mean, Midnight Ritual removes all buffs from all enemies, decrease attack, decrease defense. We talked about it when we spoke about Ryan. Incredibly good. She can come back around with Trick and Treat's ability too. Steal buffs off the enemy team. She's got this annoying shield that she uses on her passive. Overall, just tremendous champion. She just looks so cool too. I mean, what's up, madam? How you doing today?
In case you haven't noticed, I'm a weirdo.
I love Madameceres, guys. I love her. All right, let's talk about another champion that we actually do see quite a lot in Platinum Tier Arena, and that is none other than Sandle Survivor. Sandlash is pretty cool. I love this Endless Sands ability, but really it's about this. Ally Protect buff, passive ability, by the way. Ally Protection on all allies for 2 turns. When any ally's HP drops below 50%, also places block damage buff on this champion for 1 turn. It's a great ability that is triggered again by the damage that's dealt to your team. So you don't have to go first, or, you know, her speed is irrelevant for this specific ability. And then again, decrease duration of all enemy buffs, increase duration of all ally buffs is a great ability to have as well in this kit. She's easy to keep alive. Her damage is based off defense, also great for clan boss with this defensive aura. So big fan of Sandle Survivor. Hey, I want to give a quick honorable mention. We saw her there, Seer. A couple like champions that aren't on the list, but I'm seeing them. I'm like, oh man, Dr. Pierce, you're amazing. Seer, you're amazing. Even Tuok is an underrated kind of nuker if you're looking for one. Zargala too. See what I'm talking about? How there's like 80 champions. But my personal favorite is Dark Elhain. You guys know, if you've been watching the channel for a long time, you know that Dark Elhain was my girl for a long time. Like, she was my ride or die. You can build her in attack percentage boots and have her be a nuker that reacts to Torment and just use her as a flex. Or if somebody's trying to rock a ninja, trying to come in and freeze the enemy team. No, 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 not with Dark Helhane. Fills champion turn by 25% and instantly nukes everybody dead with the A2 Death's Majesty ability, a very hard-hitting ability, and she's a champion that anybody can get. Daily login reward champion. She also can't be frozen herself. Gonna instantly remove that and just replace it with a bunch of amazing buffs instead. So overall, Dark Helhane is amazing. All right, next up is going to be, let's get the obvious out of the way here, guys. Actually, let's hit both the sisters quickly here. Man, it's hard not to go with Retro Draft too. Hard not to go with Retro Draft. I'm going to go with Retro Draft. I'm going to kick somebody off the list. Retro Draft is amazing. Force Affinity support champion. She's got the annoying veils everywhere. Great synergy with other champions who do better when they're under veil. And then she has the great revival ability. A lot of speed on this champion. And she's annoying to deal with, again, because she's Force Affinity. A lot of magic affinity nukers out there have struggled against these Retro Draft teams. A great healer as well. A great kind of just support champion overall. One of the best reviver options that you will find for Arena in terms of single target. Skull Crown. I mean, come on, man. Skull Crown. She's the queen of Arena. She's got the Arena on the aura, speed in Arena battles by 23%, and AoE on the A1, and AoE on the A2, extra hit on the A1 if they have more than 50% HP. Great for blender teams, as we mentioned. She's got Unkillable on herself every time her HP drops below 20%. So annoying to deal with. But man, you gotta love her. She's one of the best for the Arena. A lot of players use her as an aura lead as well. Listen, Sinesha, I'm a big fan of Sinesha, even for the Arena. You can use her in tandem on a blender comp with Skull Crown. She has an AoE on the A1. It's kind of the inverse of Skull Crown's, where she's placing an extra hit on enemies with less than 50% HP. And then she's got really put a target skills on cooldown, totally neutralize one of the enemies in the Arena, and then one of the better heals, better AoE heals inside the entire game in Immortality. Listen, if you have Sinesha, if you use her a lot, you know this heals like, dude, it equalizes, then it brings it up to the top. It's an insane heal. It's almost a complete heal to your team in most situations. Let's keep going down the list. There's only 3 more to get to here, guys. Wow, we are moving in today's video. Let me know if you like this faster pace or if you want me to go nice and slow like I normally do. Nice and slow and chill. Let me talk about my personal fave, Umbral Enchantress. I love Umbral. She's got a 2-turn provoke. She locks herself out after you do that, but provoke for 2 turns? I mean, you got to be going against a monster team. If you can get this ability off, get it to land, you got to be going against a monster team for them to come back at an Umbral team if Umbral actually gets her A3 off, right? She also has block buffs for 3 turns on a 3-turn cooldown on her A2 ability. So overall, I mean, what else to say about Umbral? She's amazing. 2 more champions here, guys. So many that I could talk about. Golly, I'm going to go with Ursula because Ursula the Mourner is just so good at everything, man. She's got the decrease attack and increase attack on her A2, and then she's got just the best revival, AoE revival, one of the best in the game. Forget just epics, even including legendaries. 75% HP, turn meter by 50%, increased defense and strengthen on all allies, and you can use this like Arbiter without even reviving on this ability on a 5-turn cooldown. Are you kidding me? I feel like I almost have to include her in the list, even over some of the other enticing champions out there, because she's just so good. She's like the best revival champion, in my opinion, that you could ask for the Arena. Last but not least, guys, again, so many ways we could go here. So many snubs, you know, but I'm going to go with High Touch Shaman. Sky Touch. High Touch, what? Was I looking at something that said hi somewhere? Sky Touch Shaman, guys, just a great healer. AoE on the A1, that's great. But really, this ability, Immortal Sky, is kind of like a miniature version of what the heck am I? Why am I drawing a blank on his name? It's kind of like a miniature version of Cardial's A2 ability, where she is removing all debuffs, placing a block debuffs, and a revive on death. She is the best cleanser out there, her and Battle Sage, in my opinion, if you're going to go against a Hegemon team or a Torment team and you're not using the Dark Helhane strategy, right? She's going to come in there, you put her in immunity gear, right? So she's not fearing herself on the passive. Put her in immunity. She's going to cleanse everybody, replace it with block debuffs, whatever CCs they were under, and then revive on death as well. So I use Sky Touch Shaman a lot. She's probably one of the champions I use the most here on the list. Guys, who did I forget? Those are my list of the top 20 epic champions for the Arena in Raid Shadow Legends. I feel like I'm forgetting an obvious one. You guys, let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, take care, guys.